So the kettlebell snatch. Again, the kettlebell snatch is a full body movement where we're bringing the kettlebell from this position into our overhead lockout position. So I want to make this as digestible as possible for you, so I'm going to break it into 2 to 3 parts and then you put it all together. So much like the clean, the starting point of the kettlebell snatch is creating this inertia to get the bell moving. So I want you to think of that as being like a single arm swing, very soft, until we come to this point where the hips extend. Very much like the kettlebell clean, you want to keep the elbow attached to the hip, and once we're in this position, we then change the line of force production. So we go from this position of hip dominance to now we're looking for this vertical pulling action. So once we get to that point, we're into the second part of the snatch, this vertical pulling part. And from here, what we want to do is we want to extend to the opposite hip and we want to pull the bell up to this height. So in order to create this force, it's really important that we look at what the hip does on the opposing side. So once we get this hip extension, we can create this force through the hip and the arm to help us pull the bell up. And once we get the bell up to this height, we're looking at our hand insertion and our lockout. So we want the kettlebell, the hand to maneuver around the kettlebell into a good firm lockout position. Then from the top, we want to corkscrew our hand down because we want the kettlebell to follow a straight line of descent. We don't want the kettlebell to swing out in front. So once we get this corkscrew action, we get this extension through the T-spine, and that allows us to bring the bell down, back, and ready for our second rep. The other thing to note is, on the descent, we want the kettlebell to jump from a good deep hand position to our fingers. We don't want the kettlebell to tear across our palms. And I have a more detailed video on this that I will attach with this called How to Stop Banging Your Hand with the Clean and the Snatch. So just look at me performing 3 reps. Side. So, our starting position is we want the handle running in this direction. We want the thumb facing forward so that we have minimal movement between the kettlebell and the hand so that we get a good insertion point. Our breath is 1, 2, 3. So we have a 3 count breath. 1 when we come into extension, 1 on the pull, 1 on the insertion. On the way down, we take a big inhale, and we want to stay as relaxed as we possibly can when performing this type of kettlebell snatch. Now you can go with a more hard style snatch, but for the course of this block or this actual program, we're going to go with more of a soft style. So we're looking for more of a relaxed breath, and we're looking to get more quality of reps over time than more just hard, real explosive reps. It's more of a soft style technique. So, common mistakes people make is, again, they swing the kettlebell out and they allow it to flip over, and that's not very conducive to a good technique over time. We want the kettlebell to follow the shortest line possible. And the shortest point from A to B is a straight line. So we don't want to come out here, you want to come up here and lock. Again, the accompanying video with this is very, very important for you to watch. Again, it's called How to Stop Your the kettlebell banging your wrist when performing the clean or the snatch. Put those two videos together and we have a pretty logical explanation of the kettlebell snatch.